Price.
Diablo 4 base price was $70 at release, but in order to get their 4 days of early access, you had to buy the deluxe edition at $90 or the ultimate edition at $100. And again, this only got you 4 days of early access. Now in comparison, PoE 2 early access costs $30, and they plan to have the game in early access for 6 months. Now after this early access period, the game will be completely free. So Diablo 4 was at least $90 for 4 days of early access, and PoE 2 is $30 for 6 months of early access. Now, if we want to compare prices for Diablo 4 right now to PoE 2 at release, Diablo 4 is $50 for the base game, or $70 with the expansion Vessel of Hatred, and PoE 2, as I said before, is going to be free to play. And even if we want to compare prices of Diablo 4 right now to PoE 2's early access right now, the base game Diablo 4 costs $20 more than early access to PoE 2. As you guys can see, the price difference here between Diablo 4 and PoE 2 is pretty significant.
Skills.
In Diablo 4, there are definitely some cool skills, but if we do a sheer numbers check, there are 143 active skills, and that's including the new class Spiritborn that comes with the expansion Vessel of Hatred. If we look at Path of Exile 2, there are 132 active skills in early access alone, with a total of 240 active skills coming with the full release. That's almost 100 more active skills than Diablo 4. Speaking of skills, there really isn't much synergy or interplay of skills in Diablo 4. In late game, you basically just mash one skill over and over as fast as you can. In Path of Exile 2, the skills are designed to play off of each other. Plus, the slower and more intentional gameplay design makes using a variety of skills more viable and even necessary.
Enemies.
In Diablo 4, the basic and elite monsters get recycled and reskinned quite often, and it's very blatant. For example, there's this one monster that gets changed from its basic form to basically just having a little red aura around it. And if we look at the total number of bosses in Diablo 4, there's 64 of them, and that's including all dungeon, stronghold, world, seasonal, campaign, and expansion bosses. In Path of Exile 2, there are over 600 monsters intended for full release, and some are definitely reskins, but the reskins are significant enough that they actually look different. Like, I have to look closely to check and see if it's a reskin or not. In terms of bosses, Path of Exile 2 has over 100 bosses coming to the full release of the game, with 40 already in early access, and this is not even including planned seasonal content.
You know why I am here.